you should be a monster. You should be ruthlessly ambitious and then learn how to control it. And it's that old expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener out there.
What's up, YouTube? Dane here, and we're back to talk about one of the most important things that I think a lot of guys wonder. I get this question probably 4, 5, 6 times a week, and that is, will group fitness classes get rid of my dad bod? And the answer is twofold. So in this video, I want to address two things. I want to address the pros of group fitness classes and who I think they're for, and I want to address some of the cons. My personal journey, I was part of group fitness classes for almost 3 years, the first 3 years of my first child's birth. I was an F45 and Orange Theory. And then alongside, I did my own HIIT style training, which was very similar to the style training they were doing in those group classes. All right, so the question is, will it get rid of my dad bod? Here's the short answer. It depends on your goal. All right. I always say, what do you want out of that hour? What do you want out of your fitness? What do you want from the investment of time that you're putting into that? If your goal is just to check the box, if your goal is to get a good sweat on, if your goal is to be around an environment where you don't have to motivate yourself, where you can just kind of show up and be directed and have the energy of that class and the vibe take you through the workout. If your goal is to kind of be health conscious outside, but it really doesn't matter how much you control your body composition, then group fitness classes are a great fit. I think they're excellent for all of those reasons. And there are a lot of the reasons that I did group fitness classes early on in my journey as a new parent. It was because I was busy, I was running multiple companies, and I was trying to find the time. And so I knew, well, the time I don't really have, I only have an hour. 2, I don't have a whole lot of motivation, so it'd be great to put myself into a class where I don't really have to think about what has to happen today. And then 3, I think, was the component of being able to kind of be in an environment where everyone else's energy was going, and you can kind of pick up on that. And I love the fact that Orange Theory would allow you to track your data. So those were all the pros. I would go into an Orange Theory fitness class 4 or 5 days a week, and I did this for a long time, and I would generally burn between 700 and 900 calories. So the workouts are phenomenal. They really are. They're great workouts, and I think there's a place for them. Why I stopped training in group fitness classes is because one day I went to do, after doing it for almost 9 months, I went in there to do a transformation contest, and I honestly thought I was in good shape. I was training so often. I thought I was fasting like this was my schedule. I was fasting until 3:30 in the afternoon. I was then going into an Orange Theory fitness class. Okay, fasted, which was terrible, but I did it. I would burn all those calories, and then I would come out and I would eat whatever I wanted. I'd have a big dinner, I'd have another meal, and then I would snack. Just constantly start snacking. So I knew that my body wasn't getting the nutrients that it needed because I was constantly craving. But then the next day I would wake up with all these stomach issues from all the shit that I put in my body the night before, from withholding calories all day and then over consuming calories at night. I always had this digestion issue, and that digestion issue allowed me to stay fasted until 3:30 the next day. And then guess what? I repeated the cycle. And I did this long enough to where it was like a slow burning frog. I slowly was eating more calories in a day than I was burning in my group fitness class. And so over time, when I went to take that picture after 9 months, I looked like a pear. And I looked and said, something's got to change, right? I'm burning 700-800 calories here. I'm not eating for 16 hours. WTF, man, what is going on? The belly fat's here. The energy is good in class, but I'm not getting any muscle. Like, I need to change this. And so that's where the journey started, and looking at other alternatives. And for me, I wanted to change my body composition. I wanted to look the part. I wanted full muscles. I wanted round shoulders. I wanted nice legs, right? And so I started doing that research, and that research led me to realize that it was hypertrophy training. everyone that had the style of body that I wanted was doing the style of training. One of the guys that comes to mind was Steve Cook. Steve Cook was just shredded, and he talked about, hey man, I've done these no-carb diets, I've done these paleo diets, I've done this fasting, but honestly for me, it's the 5-6 meals a day that allows me to feel the fullest and allows my body to feel in the best. And when he said that, it was like, yeah, that's what I want. I put away all the other noise and I picked the style. I picked the style of training, and then obviously, if you watch my channel, you know the style of nutrition that complements that training. But the style was hypertrophy training. I was going to now be very specific on how to build the muscle. And it made a lot of sense. When I thought about getting the shape that I wanted and changing my body composition, I knew even doing 4 or 5 fitness classes a week, my muscles weren't getting the volume they needed, number one, to grow, and they weren't being put under the amount of stress they needed to grow. So it wasn't increasing my muscle mass, which was a big problem. After 35, guys, you need to be increasing your muscle mass, and it's very hard to do that in a group fitness class, okay? So if your goal is put on muscle mass, add that density, and kind of make it a lifestyle, I think it's more sustainable doing it outside a group fitness class and really getting into that process yourself. Group fitness class, does it have a place? Absolutely. When I get bored during the winter seasons, I will generally sign up for 4 classes at Orange Theory, and I'll throw myself in there every Saturday for 1 hour because it's a great workout. And that's my one hit training for the week. Instead of doing steady state cardio, I'd add that in. So I do think that there's a place for group cardio. I just think strategically, depending on the outcome that you want from that hour, you need to be smart about what you're picking. And if you're just looking at kind of limited time, check a box, don't have to think, just go through the workout and really don't care about the actual physical results that you're getting, as long as you kind of stay in that same frame, and most of that is just kind of an average frame, then you're good, man. Orange Theory, in my personal opinion, is the best one out there. But what you'll find is if you go to Orange Theory, where you may have a challenge is a year in, 2 years in, because I still see people there that are going there from when I went there a couple of years ago, they look the same. I have clients that have left Orange Theory and come and done this, and they've transformed in 60 days, 30 days, 90 days, and they come and say, man, I look at some of the people in Orange Theory, they still look the same. And I said, yeah, man, it's just kind of part of the deal when you sign up there. So the pros I've listed. The cons I've listed. Why you would not do it, it's obviously depends on your goal. If you really want to build muscle and shape your body and change your body composition, it's not going to happen in a group fitness class. It's only one piece of the puzzle, and you're not doing all the right training for that piece of the puzzle to change your body composition. So those are my thoughts, guys. Orange Theory was a wonderful class. So was F45. I think they're awesome. For me, it's 1, max 2 classes a week. That's it. For me, changing body composition was my goal. I wanted to build that muscle slowly over time. I could be patient while also reducing my body fat. And I knew the way to do that was the way that the pros were doing it. So that's exactly why I picked the path that I knew that there were professionals that were doing this every single day. It was science-backed, and there was no guessing. So that allowed me to sculpt my body. So if you guys are struggling with this and you're either in a group fitness class and you're not seeing the results, or you're training in hypertrophy style and you're doing a little bit of HIIT and you're doing a little bit of mountain biking, you're a little bit of cycling, a little bit of swimming, then good. If that's checking the boxes for you, then it's good. But if you're starting to realize, man, I want to see the result. I want it to show up. I'm putting all this time in, the training in, the eating in, the recovery in, the tracking. Like, I want people to recognize me. And I know that that's a big thing for us guys. If you want that gift, man, it is the greatest gift you could give to yourself, to know how to completely sculpt your body, to bring it up, to bring it down, to be where you are comfortably. And once you're there, the world is your oyster. Once you're at the exact ideal body frame, then you can be strategic and you can have enjoyable things, right? So I think it's very smart to make sure that you're aligned on all the pieces of the puzzle. You're just not hoping that a group fitness class or one coach will solve that, but you're understanding I need a blueprint. A house isn't built with one piece, one material, and one laborer, right? There are pieces of the blueprint that need to be laid out very strategically in order for that house to be built with a strong structure. And that structure you should be looking at as your body, as your vessel. So if you guys are resonating with this, you need any help, please book a call. There should be a link here in the description. I only block block 15 minutes. We don't spend too much time there. I just want to get to know who you are, what you're struggling with most, and if I can help you achieve some of the outcomes you've been unable to achieve on your own, I will give you a very clear blueprint and then give you enough information so you can make a decision. So hopefully that helps you guys. That is my feedback on group fitness class. If you haven't already, please drop some comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what classes you've taken, some of your thoughts, and most importantly, please follow, like, subscribe, share the channel. I appreciate you.